All right, lovelies, let's get to it. So I'm going to add 2 healthy tablespoons of vegan butter to my skillet. Then I'm going to add some all-purpose, no gluten-free flour to the mix. So I'm actually making like a roux gravy, if you will. So I'm going to actually smooth that out. And I have my heat on a low heat, just like you would if you were preparing a vegetable or a vegan gumbo. I'm going to take 1 healthy tablespoon of my Better Than Bouillon vegetable base. That's all I need for flavor because that is concentrated and is strong enough. I'm going to add 1 full cup of water to thin out the roux gravy. And so as you can see, it's nice and smooth. The color is going to come. So then I'm going to add just a little bit more water just to thin it out. And I like the consistency there. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of black pepper, add that to the mix as well, and set this to the side. Now we're going to put in a 1 tablespoon of vegan butter with some onions. You can use white, yellow, doesn't matter. I personally love yellow, with some cherry tomatoes. Now in my TikTok video, YouTube video, I actually use bell peppers, but I ran out. So you can use whatever you see fit. So I got creative and added some cherry tomatoes. Then I added some filled, what is this called? Filled roast Italian sausage and fennel, along with the filled roast vegan pepperoni. That vegan pepperoni is so good. It was almost sold out on the shelves, you guys. I'm telling you. So I seared it. You want to make sure it's nicely seared. And so I added that. Again, you do not need to use cherry tomatoes. That's just what I had. In my TikTok and YouTube video, I used actually yellow bell peppers. Then I'm going to take that vegan roux and add that to the mix. Look how delicious that looks. And it was bubbling. So that roux gravy was cooking all this time, you guys. So I just added some fresh green basil to the mix and set this to the side. All right, lovely. So now that we got my vegan sausage and pepperoni gravy out of the way, it's now to focus on the second star of my video, which is going to be my cabbage steaks. And yes, I'm going to deep fry these because many of you actually were responsive and you said that you wanted the recipe. So this is for you. You know, we know already that frying anything is unhealthy. However, in almost 5 years that I've been on YouTube, I don't fry a lot of foods, but I have a variety of viewers, so I do try to accommodate. If you don't want to fry it, you can air fry it. If you don't want to air fry it, you can bake it. There's so many different options. So, all right, stay tuned as we continue out the next phase of this recipe. Okay, so to prepare my cabbage steaks, I'm going to cut them a 1/2 to 1 inch as far as keeping that nice consistency so they can fry very well. So you can do 1 inch, but I did a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. All right, so I turned down my heat. It was already on medium heat, so I just turned it on low medium. So I'm going to take my eggs from plants and pour it inside of my bowl. So this is going to be served as my wet batter. Okay, just make sure I have enough there. And then I'll just go ahead and add more and use accordingly. Now I'm going to go ahead and start off with my little small slice of cabbage here. I'm going to carefully just take it and submerge it. You can use gloves, you guys. I'm cooking for myself and my husband. So when I cook for others, I do use gloves. When I cook for us, I don't use gloves. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, so I'm just going to simply submerge it into the, what is this? Eggs from plants. Okay, it's going to be a little bit messy, and then I'm going to just simply do the other side. Let it sit for about 30 seconds so that the cabbage can absorb the eggs from plant. You want to make sure that it's going to actually stick to my flour and cornstarch. Okay, again, you can use gloves. So if I'm freaking you out, fast forward on this part, but you get the concept. All right, lovely. So now we're going to remove our cabbage steaks from our wet batter and place it into our dry batter, which consists of our flour and our cornstarch. So I'm going to just put it in my Ziploc bag. You can use a paper bag or a plate. As long as your cabbage steaks are nicely coated on both sides, that's what counts. I'm going to put it inside of my skillet with grapeseed oil that I already had preheated, and cook it until it's nicely golden brown, just like you would fry out any other foods. Now, I only made 2 cabbage steaks just to demo out how it can turn out for you guys. I don't fry a lot of foods. I don't like the smell in my house. So nonetheless, do as you see fit. But here is my delicious, crispy cabbage steak, deep fried cabbage steak with the sausage and pepperoni roux gravy. And that is vegan sausage and vegan pepperoni. So voila, this is how it came out. Nice and savory. And as you can see that my gravy actually browned up more. So this is the end result. Who is making this? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. All right, lovelies. I present to you my deep fried cabbage steaks with vegan sausage and pepperoni gravy. It is time for the taste test. Let's go in. This looks amazing. Now, I'm just going to add some parsley flakes on top for that extra little color. And I'm going to add my little smoked chipotle Tabasco sauce just to add a little bit to that crust. And this is what I call, like, literally Sunday Southern cooking. All right, lovelies. Let's get it in. I've already said my grace. Okay. Here we go. All right. See if y'all can hear that crisp. Ooh-wee. It looks like cabbage, but it's just deep fried. That's it, lovelies. That's it. And it's back over here because this is going to be messy, I can tell. A little vegan sausage and pepperoni, and then that outer crust. Here we go. This is so slamming. This is so freaking good, y'all. I'm not going to be on here long. This is delicious. Oh my gosh. I'm like sucking my fork. So there's two textures going on. Inside the crunchiness of the cabbage, but it's cooked down. And then you have the crispiness, the outside, the crust. Oh my gosh. You got the vegan sausage. And then you have your vegan pepperoni, tomatoes, and this gravy. Y'all, this gravy is slamming. This is all I really wanted to do here. I to take some of this cabbage and sop it up with that gravy, y'all. Look at that. Come on. Don't quit playing with me. Quit playing. Get over here. Come on. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. So, the recipe will be in the description box. Let me know if you're going to make this. I hope you all have enjoyed another episode of Nikki's Savory Vegan Eats. I know it's been a while. I was enjoying my summer, y'all. But I have 8 seasons of recipes. Drop below in the comments. Let me know if you're going to make this. Until then, I'll talk to you lovely people later. Take care. Bye. Wow.